a person who said, I know that's not right, and if I have to take it all the way to the Supreme Court, I'll do it. And it wasn't under the Bush administration, it was back in, who would have ever thought that we think that the Clinton days were the good old days in comparison to what we have today. But the Supreme Court decision in 1997 included a landmark ruling in support of states' rights, the proper role of federal government, and the authority of local law enforcement. And this gentleman said, these unfunded mandates, these erosions of the 10th Amendment, the Second Amendment, they're not right. And I'm going to do something about it. And he's here to tell us what we can do to, again, keep America safe, free, and prosperous. Please join me in welcoming Sheriff Richard Mack.
I'm not getting replaced, am I? No! Okay, good. All right. Wait, I don't need this. I don't even want that one. How's the sound? Is that all right? Sounds a little... Is that all right? It's all right with you. Now, one little favor I'll ask. It's really hard speaking outside when especially you think that, you kind of feel like you're talking to people spread out over 150 yards. If you can move in, I promise I'll make it worth your while. Let's close it up. Let's get closer. Let's show the news media that's here that we are together. The Idahoans are together on the issue of freedom. So the closer you get to me, the closer I'll feel your spirit and the spirit of freedom. And I'm going to be in the sun the whole time. I'm positive. And if there's some of you that can't be in the sun, then please stay in the shade. Stay under the trees. But if you can, let's get closer, because you know why? If we're going to stand together, we need to be close together.
That's right.
Now, I want to thank you so much for having me here. I love Idaho.
So do we.
I think if there's any place that we should be standing for freedom, it's Idaho. And I will tell you just real quickly. In fact, can they have me speaking on the agenda? If I'm not mistaken, it shows that I'm speaking an hour. And can I keep you here 45 minutes? Is that all right? All right. Okay. We're going to try 45 minutes, and I guarantee you we'll make it worth your while. And if I'm not, then please see Valerie afterwards and get a refund. All right? But I've been gone away from home for a long time. And I'll tell you right now, I'm homesick.
Yeah.
And I miss my wife. And she's a pretty little blonde girl. And I owe her a lot.
Yeah.
And I've been gone 16 days. I started in Valley Forge, went down to Florida, and from there it kind of gets blurry. And then recently I was in Montana and Wyoming and Wisconsin. Got to tell you what happened in Wisconsin. I went to Wisconsin because the state government decided to start acting like the federal government. I'm not kidding you. Maybe even worse. Because they were going after some farmers, Amish farmers, who decided that they didn't need to ask the government's permission to milk their cows and let people have the milk. Serious. That's the only thing they were doing. Milking cows, and they didn't burn it. Okay, they didn't burn the milk. They just take it from the cow and right to the customer, if you will. And this guy's name is Vernon Hirschberger. And he's Amish. He's the most peaceful man I've ever met in my life. I didn't know him before I went there. And so I decided, and I have to tell you, the only dairy product I really like is ice cream. I don't like milk. And I did something my children have never seen me do. And I went to the state capitol in Madison, Wisconsin to do it. And I had Vernon Hershberger, that farmer that's being attacked, with SWAT team raids going after his milk and cheese and butter. Because he's not licensed, and because he doesn't pasteurize his milk, he doesn't destroy his milk, he doesn't burn his milk, and they go after him. Now, this is a real cut to Wisconsin. California doesn't care if you deal in raw milk. Yeah. That makes Wisconsin look pretty stupid, doesn't it? Yeah. So that's what greater criticism could you have? That you're worse than California, you know? So I decided that I was going to do something radical, and I got Max Kane, who has had these similar SWAT team raids against his farm, and Vernon Hershberger with his 9 kids and his beautiful wife right here next to me, and we stood up on the state capitol on the stairs at the state capitol in Madison, Wisconsin, and I drank a glass of raw milk. And I told the SWAT team of the state to come and arrest me because I'm drinking raw milk. And you know what? It tastes better than that burnt, homogenized, pasteurized crap. You know? So we did that. We had a great time. And then the next day I met with 7 sheriffs from the northern part of Wisconsin, and we talked about the same things that we're going to talk about today. And they each already had my book, The County Sheriff, America's Last Hope. And if you haven't read that, you need to. And because of what you want, and because of what the Founding Fathers wanted, and because of what I want for my kids, and your kids, and my grandkids, and your grandkids, if you have those little runts, there is a solution to what's going on today. And I didn't come here just to pontificate about all the horrible things that the federal government's doing. I'm here to tell you that there is a solution. And the solution is called state sovereignty.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, I posed the question. Now, some of these sheriffs, a couple of them were mad at me because they've had people come to them and say, Sheriff Mack said you're supposed to protect me from foreclosures and you're supposed to protect me from the IRS, and now you better hurry up and kick them out. And you better go arrest all the banksters. Read the book and you'll see what I've said the sheriff should do. Okay? There is some stuff in there about standing against the IRS. And I'll tell you, the reason I put something in there about standing against the IRS, because I'm a 20-year veteran of law enforcement, and I believe that your local government should actually fight the real criminals. Okay? And so I kept it simple with the sheriffs, and that's what we need to do. The message needs to stay simple. And you need to ask every one of your sheriffs this same question. Sheriff, are you going to allow the federal government to come in here and confiscate weapons from law-abiding citizens?
Right.
And then every sheriff in Wisconsin, all 7 of them that were at this meeting, was just me and them, every one of them said, no way. Okay? So there, we start there, but we also start at another place, and I have to tell you where I started. I wasn't born a constitutionalist. I wasn't even born patriotic. I wasn't brought up in a home that talked about the Constitution or patriotism or Patrick Henry. I was brought up in a good home, but politics and freedom really weren't a major concern. My father was an FBI, and we were busy, and he was always busy, and we were brought up in a principled manner.